It is a journey which starts in the spring and goes until fall. The Astros train in West Palm Beach and share the same stadium with the Washington Nationals.
So during the spring, how much of these teams interact away from the field? It's a question Jason Bristol is answering for Minute Maid, where both teams are getting ready for tomorrow's Game 1. Hey, Jason.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Reka. Yes, this is a really bizarre situation. Think of the Astros and Nationals as roommates in a $140 million apartment who don't see each other except for games. I mean, that is how massive that place is down in West Palm Beach. Still, it's believed now that this is the first time two teams sharing the same spring training home are meeting in the World Series. Now, the Astros today answering the hard questions at World Series Media Day. They are also answering the easy questions as well. Now, there is little, if any, interaction between the two during spring training. The Astros will turn left into their parking lot. The Nationals will turn right into theirs. And again, except for that first spring training game and other exhibition games, these two teams have very little to do with each other during the Grapefruit League season.
Yeah, we don't spend much time with them. I mean, other than on the field. But like, I've never seen a national player outside the baseball field, like around the complex. So yeah, that's kind of weird.
The positive thing about winning the World Series will be is no matter what, the first banner revealed will be at the ballpark, because you usually play that team the first game of spring training anyway. So somebody's going to be really upset looking at that banner, and we have a really good feeling it's not going to be us.
Josh Reddick with some confidence. Yes, Nationals and Astros always face each other in that first spring game. So yes, there will be a banner raised during that one. The Astros right now taking batting practice. Oh my goodness, they're done. No more batting practice. That's okay. It was part of the plan. The Astros also officially announcing that Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, Zach Greinke will be the starters in games 1, 2, and 3, respectively. Again, we are getting ready for Game 1 of the World Series here at Minute Maid. Jason Bristol, KHOU 11 News. Let's send it back to you guys.